Many of you may remember the E.J. Bradford Jr. case where he was at a mall and there was a shooting between two people unrelated to him, and the police officer came up as he was running away and shot him multiple times in the back. If somebody is running away from you, they're not a threat. So, just like they always do in America, when a black man that's of no threat is shot by a cop, they always deem the cop of doing nothing wrong. So we're just seeing history repeat itself again, ladies and gentlemen. This came out in NPR February 5th, 2019. Alabama police officer will not be charged in fatal shooting of mistaken gunman. This officer was reckless. He was very unprofessional. When everything was going down, he just came up on the scene, saw a black man running, and just opened fire. He didn't try to figure out what was going on. He didn't try to talk to people to find out who was doing the shooting. He just came guns a-blazing. Very unprofessional. Shouldn't even be a cop at all. No common sense. Many of them don't even have people skills. That's why they're such lousy cops. And no regard for life for anybody that was in that area for him to open fire like that. So it was an unnecessary death of this 21-year-old black man who also served his country in the military. And this is why so many black people don't want to be in the military anymore. Look how we get treated. Serve your country? See, this is why you're not going to get many in there like you did back in the past, and rightfully so. And again, I'm going to say to all foreign black people that want to come and live in America, don't come and live here. America is an extremely, extremely dangerous place. All you got to do is look at the daily mass shootings that go on in America. That should be enough to turn you off. There are daily mass shootings across America. I showed you that in my other video. It looks good on the surface, but when you really look within America, it's not so pretty at all. It's not a good place. An Alabama police officer who shot and killed a man who mistook for a gunman in a mall shooting will not be charged with a crime. The state attorney general announced Tuesday. This is nothing new, y'all. They're all in cahoots. The judge, the prosecutors, the state attorney generals, they're all in cahoots. The cops, all in cahoots with each other. All of them are. Emantic E.J. Bradford Jr., 21, was killed by an officer whose name has not been released, and it won't be. It won't be. This happened months ago. They have not released the cop's name, and they're not going to. They're more interested in the cop than the family that lost their son for no reason. This is America. They have no concern for the family, but want to go all out for a cop that was reckless on the job. Okay, so it was Thanksgiving night inside of River Chase Galleria in Hoover, Alabama. The officer who was responding to an earlier shooting at the mall mistook Bradford for the gunman. Minutes before, another man, Erron Brown, shot and wounded 18-year-old Brian Wilson twice. Alabama Attorney General Steve Marshall released a 26-page report concluding that the officer was justified and not criminal in fatally shooting a black man in the back multiple times, who was running towards the initial shooter and victim with a firearm visibly in his hand. And he was a legal gun carrier. He was trying to protect the people around him. He's trying to protect people, and the cop comes up and shoots the guy that's trying to protect people in the mall. Oh boy. You know, if you don't want people talking bad about you, you might not want to do so many retarded shit. Yeah, I'm eating my breakfast. The report says Officer One's mistaken belief does not render his actions unreasonable. Unreasonable person could have assumed that the only person with a gun who was running towards the victim of a shooting that occurred just 3 seconds earlier fired the shots. And here's the thing. The ones that fired the shot had already ran out of the mall. Now, this happened in Alabama. The one that did the shooting, he was in Georgia. He made it all the way into Georgia before getting caught. So by the time he shot E.J. Bradford Jr., the gunman was already out of the mall. So much for those investigative skills, high IQ. So much for that. Okay. This is his mother talking. I'm sorry, it doesn't say. My son was murdered, and you think I'm going to let it go, said Emantic Bradford Sr., as quoted by AL.com. That was a homicide. You killed my son. You are a coward. You are a coward too, Steve Marshall. The police shot, we believe, because they feared a black man with a gun, said the attorney for the Bradford family, Ben Crump. The police initially claimed that Bradford was a suspect in the mall shooting. Well, if you would just walk up and find out what's going on before you pull the trigger, this could have all been avoided. But see, this is how American police officers operate around black people. This is what you see. They come up, make all kinds of assumptions, pull the gun out, just start shooting like we're in the middle of the Wild Wild West. And then when everything calms down, now they're ready to find out everything that happened. Isn't that kind of ass backwards? Okay. Yes, there was a shooting, but by the time he ran up to see what was going on, there was no shots being fired at that moment. There were no shots being fired. This is just reckless police work. Okay, the police initially claimed that Bradford was a suspect in the mall shooting, but then the next day they said that Bradford likely was not the man involved in the shooting, the original shooting, and that set off waves of protest and unrest, said reporter Gigi Dobin of NPR member station WBHM on All Things Considered. So you saw marchers demonstrating in front of the mayor's house. They stopped traffic on busy streets and intersections, and for a time, protests daily at stores across the area as the investigation dragged on, with few details been added. Now, ladies and gentlemen, they already made up their mind long before this report came out that that cop didn't do anything wrong. Okay, they just finally got around to releasing it to the public. Now, when this stupid cop came running up and started shooting EJ Bradford from behind, the bullets hit him in the back of the head. Another bullet hit him in the neck, and a bullet hit him in the lower back, all behind this man, all in the back of the man. So if you see someone and you shoot them from behind, they were not a threat. They were not a threat. And we've seen too many instances in this country when Black men are shot from behind. You need to get all them little pussy-ass cops off the force. That's what you really need to do, and stop all this garbage about protecting them. They don't deserve any protection. You know, just because this police department and this state attorney general determined nothing was wrong, that don't mean that you can't do a civil suit against this police department and that cop. And I sure hope they're pursuing that, because this was definitely negligence and poor judgment on the part of the police officer. And he knows damn well he would not have shot if this man was white and he showed up on the scene. He would not have shot one fire from that gun. So, ladies and gentlemen, please tell me what you think. This is just the typical procedure in America. Kill a Black man, get out of everything. So if the state attorney is not getting the cop out of everything, the judge is getting the cop out of everything, or some jury that don't even reflect the people across America is getting the cop out of everything. You know, this place is a joke. It's a joke. Don't hold your breath waiting for justice in America. Y'all don't have to march anymore down there in Alabama. Don't shop there. Don't shop at the mall. That's what you got to do. Just like the Super Bowl. Just like the Super Bowl. Don't shop there. Don't shop there. Shop somewhere else for what you need. You're going to have to hurt them economically. And that's the best thing to do. You know, I had to laugh because I got in the mail yesterday an envelope from the police department asking for donations. And I thought about how policing is done in the Black neighborhood. Why would any of us give them donations? Donations to kill us? I ain't giving you no donation, and you're shooting my people from behind and shooting little kids and stuff. Get out of here. You don't deserve that from anybody. But please tell me what you think, ladies and gentlemen. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.